Hey, gonna do some vlogging. It is Friday, June the 1st. Happy Pride Month. And it's my birthday month. So, yeah. I'm very tired. So, the first few days of June are not going to be that fun because I have an exam in my chemistry class this coming Monday, June 4th, and I have a lot of studying to do. I'm doing okay in the class. I'm not doing as well as I would like, but then again, I'm a very sort of set the bar miles above my head kind of person, so take that with the appropriate grain of salt. So this weekend I'm going to be studying covalent bonds and molecular geometry and chemical equations and how to balance chemical equations and how to interpret chemical equations. You know, what kind of chemical reaction is it? Is it a precipitation reaction? Is it a neutralization, acid-base neutralization kind of reaction? Is it a redox reaction? I'm going to be studying moles. I'm going to be studying atomic mass and mass configuration and molecular geometry. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Some of it's mildly interesting. Second cup of coffee at 11:15 a.m. What I've got in front of me right now is my Guardians of Notre Dame sal that I'm going to put in the Q snap so I have something to work on during study breaks. And I think on Monday evening, to kind of deflate after my exam, I'm going to watch one of my birthday movies. Depending on whether or not Josh wants to watch with me, I will do either The Big Lebowski or Halloween. Halloween with the director's commentary. When I know, you'll know. And yeah, I have a copy of The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas downloaded on my Kindle app, I should say, that I will probably read this coming week sometime. It's quick, so. And that's kind of all I have for you right now. I'm very tired because I haven't been sleeping well this week. But yeah, hopefully it won't be as boring as I'm making it sound. But my chemistry class is over June 25th. And so the last 5 days of the month leading up to my birthday, I'm going to be free and it'll be fun. So I will turn you around real quick to show you where things are with the Guardians sal right now, although if you watched my last video, you've seen it. So, one sec. Okay, here we go. The numbers telling me that I'm recording are upside down. I hope that doesn't mean that this is upside down, although it is a circle, so really, that doesn't really affect things. So here we are. Here's my hand for scale. This is on 36 count, so it's a little bit smaller than Brittany's. So we got January, February, March, April, and May. And I have June's pattern printed out off camera. It's going to go right there in purples. So later today, hopefully, I will show you a little bit of progress on this. Really quickly, silly me, I finished this a couple of days ago, and this is a housewarming gift from my in-laws, and it still needs to be ironed, but I am hoping to get this to the framers this weekend. So the fabric looks a little bit washed out on camera. It could just be the lighting in here. But so I did this with all the called for threads, and I think the little robin turned out pretty well. I think I'm gonna give this pattern away, and I was pondering the flag, and you know what, I think so. If you're Canadian, I think you could pretty easily kind of fudge a maple leaf here, because other than that, the Canadian flag's really simple. And then if you live in a country that just has a big blocky stripy flag like France or Italy or Germany, or Russia or Ireland, it would be really easy to personalize this to your nationality. I think if you're in the UK, the Union Jack might require some backstitching, and I'm not sure. I think the Australian flag might be tricky, but I would love to see an attempt. So that was just a thought I had in case you're not American, but you like this pattern otherwise. I kind of had a little epiphany that this flag, because it's just kind of straight, it's not stitched as though it's moving or waving in the wind, that I think you can really easily change the flag up to your country's flag if you're not American. And I think that would be really cool to see. Anyhow, yeah, I really need to get studying, but I had forgotten that I wanted to show you this, and it's going off to the framers. So yeah, I will see you a little later. Good morning. It is Monday, June 4th, and you haven't seen me all weekend because I've been studying my ass off. Just got out of my exam, and I feel pretty good about it, actually. There's like 5 or 6 points worth of material that I'm a little concerned about, but that would still be like a 94. On the other hand, she's a tough grader. She's a tough grader. You know what? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Get the exam back tomorrow. Always forward, never backward. So today I'm going to go home. I'm going to take my shoes off. I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to stitch. When I get home, I will show you the stuff I accomplished on the Guardians of Notre Dame cell. That's been slow going, obviously. But on the other hand, it's also only been out for 4 days. So, but that's gonna get done pretty fast. And I started a new pair of socks for Josh's mom. And I have to continue a pair of socks that I started for Josh's dad. Just, we'll see. And then I will talk to Josh and see what movie I'm watching tonight, depending on whether or not he wants to join me. So I'm gonna go home and I will speak to you later. Okay, so here's what I got done, you know, over the last 3 days, and yeah, I mean, it's not terribly exciting right now. It doesn't really look like much of anything. But it's really the back stitching that really makes these Guardians come to life, I think. So when even I have all the full crosses done, it's still going to look kind of not quite like what it is. So I'm going to work on this. There's probably another day of stitching, depending on what else I decide to get up to. So I will check back later, and I still haven't decided what movie I'm watching, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so this is primarily for calico, but on the red feeder, that's a female cardinal. The male was out there, but then the mourning dove swooped down and landed very ungracefully and spooked him. But now I looked out the window and they were both there, and I went to get my camera because I knew that Christine would be so excited. And just as I was getting ready to take the video, Mr. Cardinal flew away. But there's Ms. Cardinal. With some of our other feathered neighbors. We kind of spoil our birds. Anyway, a good portion of my life is sneaking up to the back windows to see who's at the bird feeders. So, oh, and there she goes. Oh well. Those are the birds. Hey, it is Tuesday, June 5th, and I'm a bad vlogger. It's just after dinner time here. We eat pretty late though, so it's like, what time is it? 6:45. So I got an A on my chemistry exam. And I have another exam on Monday. It's a 6-week course. It's intensive. I did it to myself. Anyway, I know sometimes people who watch my vlogs and family is watching a show in the other room. If you can hear that, it sounds loud to me, but anyway, I know a lot of you like it when I cook on my vlog, and I hear someone coming. It sounds like a Josh. I bet you it is a Josh. Yeah.
My brain doesn't work anymore, so we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Y'all can cope. Ah!
We're coming up on Lucky 13 in July.
This is what she has to live with. You should really feel bad for her.
He's the one who actually puts up with the most, if you want my opinion. Anyway, I am making a vegan gluten-free flatbread from this cookbook that my mom got me for Hanukkah. And you should really check out her website too. She's got good stuff and a lot of kid-friendly stuff because she has 2 kids. Anyway, it's a chia seed flatbread and it's called Superpower Chia Bread. And I can usually get about 4 breakfasts out of a 9-inch pan of flatbread because it's really dense. And so what I'll do is I'll toast it, and I'll take the pan and I'll cut it into quarters and let it cool. And when it's done cooling, I'll put it in the fridge. And then I will take out 1 slice, cut it in half, put it in the toaster in the morning, and spread it with maybe almond butter and sliced banana. And I need to get back in the habit of doing that. Because it doesn't sound like much, but it's actually really nutrient dense and just dense in my belly, so it keeps me full. And anyway, I thought I would show you a bit of the process. So, 1 sec. I haven't gotten very far because I started doing it and I thought, oh, I should vlog this. So I put in my blender a half a cup of rolled oats, gluten-free, and a quarter cup of raw buckwheat groats. And I ground them up into a flour. Not terribly fine, but that works. And then I'm going to transfer it to a bowl with some seeds and spices and add some water, mix it up, and put it in the oven. It's really simple. I really don't have an excuse to not do this. And yet. Okay. This is probably a little dark, but the flash was making it look really weird. Anyway, so I haven't mixed things together yet. Under here are chia seeds. The flour I made is at the bottom, and there's chia seeds and sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, a little bit of coconut sugar, salt, and I like to make this breakfasty, so there's cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. I'm just going to stir it up, add a cup of water, put it in this 9-inch pan, and bake it for like 25 minutes. It's really idiot proof. And then I'll have breakfasts for 4 days, like I said. So I will, I'll show you what it looks like. My phone's running out of room, so you'll definitely see what it looks like when it's out of the oven. Good morning. It's, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm boiling water for coffee. It's Wednesday morning, June 6th, and I was really tired last night, so I kind of pulled the flatbread out of the oven and let it cool and cut it and put it in the fridge and went to sleep. But this is what it looks like after it's been cut. And as you can see, I mean, it's really dense. You can really see the seeds. And it smells cinnamony. I'm gonna toast this and put some almond butter on it, and maybe some sliced banana. I'm kind of running a little bit behind my normal schedule. I have a double lab today in chemistry class, so it's gonna be kind of eat and run. But later today I will show you stitching I got done. Not very much, but some. And I'll show you the progress I made on a pair of socks I started this month. So, see you later. Alright, it's Wednesday evening. I have the house to myself because kiddo's at soccer and Josh is out for a run. Here's what I got going on. Really slow progress on this. School has been sucking up all of my time and energy, but I'm almost done. I just have to finish the head and do the back stitching. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now, though. I'm so fried. I think I might watch FlossTube or read one of those. Anyway, I will check back with you on this project when this bit's finished, which hopefully won't take too much longer. At school today, on a break, one of my classmates was talking to me, and he was like, "Yo, I watched this old movie last night, but that John was good." And I said, "Oh, cool." And he said, "Yeah, it was from like 1997. I'm so old. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was one of those like, oh, yeah, really old movie made in way back in 1997. I was 15. He was talking about the film Dark City, by the way, which if you haven't seen is pretty good. It's Kiefer Sutherland and Rufus somebody. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's pretty good. And so I recommended that he watch 12 Monkeys if he has not seen it yet, which he hadn't. So, ha 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 ha. His brain will be broken and I will have my revenge. Yeah. What made you feel old today? It's Thursday, June 7th, by the way. I'm going to sit down and stitch and watch Stitch and Mommy's new video. And I'll see you later. Good morning. It's Friday, June 8th, and I'm going to wrap up this week's little vlogging session just because I thought I'd do it weekly, but I wanted to close out. I'm not going to show any more stitching right now. We need to have a talk. We need to have a talk about mental illness. We need to have a talk about suicide. If this is going to trigger you, please don't watch any further, and I'll see you next week. The thing I would say to 99% of people who do not live with a mental illness is that you need to understand mental illness is not logical. There's no logic to it. Kate Spade did not wake up on Wednesday morning and think, I'm going to break the heart of every person I've ever loved today. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's a great idea. That is not at all what she was thinking, even though that's what happened. I can guarantee you Anthony Bourdain did not get up yesterday morning and say, I'm going to break the hearts of every person I have ever loved today. That's what I'm going to do today. That's not how it goes. Please understand that. Understand that wealthy and privileged people like Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain, they have access to the best in America. Okay, we're Americans. Healthcare isn't free here, unfortunately. They have access 24/7 to the best healthcare they need for things like heart disease or cancer or diabetes or epilepsy, or they're in a terrible car accident. They can afford the best care they need, day or night. But when it comes to their mental health, they are just as stranded as your average homeless person on the streets of Philadelphia who is dealing with the PTSD they got in Iraq. Examine that. That's the problem. All right, I'll see you next week, guys.